Alrighty guys, what's going on? So today we're going to be talking about 4.2, which is solving a system of equations by using the substitution method. Now, the substitution method is kind of what it sounds like. We are going to be substituting in a expression for a variable. So let's take a look at this. Is there a way we can solve this problem without graphing? And there is. If y is equal to 2x plus 3, I can replace this y with what it's equal to. So I can actually take, let's see, this y right here, and replace it with 2x plus 3. And so we can say x plus 2x plus 3 equals 9. And again, all I did is I replaced this y with what it's solved for, what it's equal to. From there, I have a system that I can solve for, an equation that I can solve for. And let's go ahead and let's solve this system. So x and x gives me, this is 1x, plus 2x is 3x, plus 3 equals 9. And I can solve this over here. Let me rewrite this. So 3x plus 3 equals 9. I'll subtract 3 on both sides. And from here, 3 and 3 goes away. And 9 minus 3 is 6. And I'm left with 3x equals 6. From there, divide both sides by 3. And I get my final answer. If x is equal to 6 divided by 3 is 2. And there we go. I was able to solve my system. We'll get one of my solutions. From there, I'm going to take what x is equal to and substitute it back into my original problem. So y is equal to 2x plus 3. And so y is equal to 2x, put parentheses here, plus 3. Well, since x is equal to 2, I can plug this back into my problem. And I get y is equal to 2 times 2 is 4 plus 3 is 7. And there we go. This is my solution, 2 and 7. And I can write this as an ordered pair of 2, 7. And there we go. We were able to solve this without graphing. Now, I do want to say that was a little complicated for our very first problem. So let's try something a little easier. But again, I took what y is equal to and replaced it with my y value. Okay, so let's take a look at this one. Y is equal to 5. So I'm going to take this y and just replace it with 5. So it's going to be x plus my y value, which is 5 in this case, is equal to 16. And now I have a pretty simple equation that I can solve for. Subtract 5 on both sides. Over here, 5 minus 5 goes away, and I'm left with x is equal to 16 minus 5, I believe is 11. So my solution for this equation is 11, 5. So where my x value is 11 and my y value is 5. Again, all I did is I replaced this y with what it's equal to. So let's take a look. Same thing over here. My y value is equal to 4x plus 1. So that's what I'm going to replace this y with. So it's going to be 2x plus, I'm going to leave a space for my y value, equals 13. Again, what I'm replacing my y value with is 4x plus 1. And from here, we just have to solve this. So let's do that. 4 and 2 combine to give me 6x plus 1 equals 13. From there, I'm going to subtract 1 on both sides, and I get this goes away, and I'm left with 6x equals 13 minus 1 is 12. And my last step is to divide by 6 on both sides. And from there I get 12 divided by 6 is 2. So there is one of my solutions. From there, I'm just going to plug this back into my original equation. So y is equal to 4x plus 1. And again, I'm going to replace this x with what it's equal to. So it should be y is equal to 4 parentheses plus 1. And I'm going to replace this x with a 2, because that's what it's equal to. From there, 4 times 2 is 8, plus 1 is 9. So y is equal to 9. And there we go. That is going to be my solution, which is 2, 9. Again, this method is what we call substitution, where I am taking what my variable is equal to and replacing it in another equation. So let's try another. Here we go. So we have negative 4x plus, I'm going to put a space right here, equals negative 21. Okay, what we are replacing that with this time, remember this is my y value, and it's equal to negative x plus 4. All right. All right, now from here we are ready to solve. So put a line down my sign. Let's combine these x's. That's a negative 1x. So negative 4x plus negative 1x is going to be negative 5x plus 4. Alrighty. From here, I'll subtract 4 on both sides. This goes away, and I'm left with negative 5x. And negative 21 minus 4, I believe, is negative 25. My last step is to divide by negative 5. And I'm left with x equals negative divided by negative is a positive 5. And there we go. This is one of my solutions. That's my x value. Well, now I need to find my y value. So again, I'm going to plug in my x in for this top equation. So here we go. So y equals negative x plus 4. So y equals negative, leave space, plus 4. I'm going to put parentheses around this, and we put in the number 5. All right, well, let's see. Negative 5 plus 4 is just going to give me y is equal to negative 1. And there we go. So this is my x value. This is my y value. So my final answer is 5, negative 1. And there we go. So again, guys, what we are doing here is we are using substitution. When I have a variable that is already solved, so y is solved for this, I can just plug in what y is. When y is solved for that, I just plug in what y is. And then I solve it like a normal equation to get x, and then plug that back into my previous equation. All right, let's go ahead and formalize these steps. So we are going to solve one equation for x or for y. We are going to then substitute this expression into the other equation and solve. From there, we are going to substitute once again. Your answer into the other equation and solve for the remaining variable. Finally, we are going to be using an ordered pair to represent my final answer. Again, that ordered pair is when it's in parentheses, like x, y. Alrighty. So let's go ahead. Let's keep practicing this because this next problem is a little bit tricky because now it says there are 3 y's. So let's take a look. Y is equal to this, and I can take, again, what this is equal to and plug it in. So we have 5x plus 3. I'm going to leave a space here for my y value. It's equal to -8. Then from there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace my y value with what the equation that I'm given. So, parentheses, -2x minus 6. The reason I'll come and put in parentheses this time is because I have something in front of my y. I have a number in front of it. So, I don't have just an individual y. I have 3 of them, which means I need to distribute this 3 in order for me to get a equivalent expression. So, here we go. We're going to have 5x just drops down. 3 times -2 is -6x. 3 times -6 is -18 equals -8. Again, all I'm doing is just multiplying here, so 3 times 2, 3 times 6. From there, let's go ahead and combine like terms. So the 5 and the 6 combine to give me -1x minus 18 equals -8. From there, add 18 to both sides, and I get this to go away. And I'm left with -1x is equal to -8 plus 18, I believe is positive 10. And we are almost done. My last step is to divide by -1 on both sides. Negative and a negative goes away, and I'm left with x equals 10 divided by -1 is -10. And there we go. So that is my x value. That is my x value. Now, I'm going to take this x value and plug it in to my first equation. So, here we go. So we have y equals -2x minus 6. And again, what I'm replacing is this x value here. So, y is equal to -2. I'm going to put parentheses here. Minus 6. And we are replacing this x with what it's equal to, which is -10. From there, just some simple math here. So y is equal to -2 times -10 is going to be positive 20. Minus 6, 20 minus 6 is 14. And there we go. So I have my x and my y value. Let's write it as a ordered pair. And there we go. This is my final solution. So again, guys, the substitution method works really well if I have a variable that is already by itself. If I have y equals, or sometimes even x equals. So let's take a look at number 4. Number 4 is very, very close to having y already solved for and by itself. The only problem is I have this 2y here. So let's solve this for y, and then we can plug it in. So let's take a look. So 2y is equal to 12x. Again, I want this to just be y equals. So I'll divide the left side by 2, divide the right side by 2, and I get y is equal to 6x. Okay, and this is what I want, this y equals piece, because now I can take what this y is equal to and plug it in for what this y is. Okay, so let's do that. So 2x plus 3y. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and leave this as a space. So I'll put parentheses equals negative 20. So again, what I'm replacing is this y right here with what it's equal to, which is 6x. Alrighty, and now we're ready to solve. So 2x plus 3 times 6x equals negative 20. Again, I need to distribute. So 3 times 6 is 18x plus 2x equals negative 20. Let me draw a line down my sign here. Alrighty. From there, let's combine these like terms. So 2x plus 18x is 20x. And we're almost done. Just need to divide both sides by 20. 20 divided by 20 goes away, and I'm left with x is equal to negative 20 divided by 20 is negative 1. Alrighty. So I got what x is equal to. Let's plug this back into my original formula. Or we can use, this one that already has what y is equal to. So y is equal to 6 times whatever x is. So y is equal to 6 times whatever x is, and in this case, is negative 1. Well, again, we just have some math going on. Y is equal to 6 times negative 1, which is negative 6. And there we go. Let's write this out as an ordered pair. So it's going to be negative 1, comma, negative 6. And there we go. All right, let's keep going. Number 5 over here. Number 5. Notice this one is almost solved for x. X is already kind of by itself here, but we need to do one more thing before it's completely solved for x. So let's take a look at this. So 3x is equal to 12y plus 21. I'm going to solve this for x, which means I divide everything by 3. 3 divided by 3 goes away, and x is equal to 12 divided by 3 is 4. 21 divided by 3 is 7. And now I have what x is equal to. So that means I can replace x in my other equation. So let's do this. So it's going to be 2. I'm going to put parentheses, because again, I'm replacing this x here, minus 6y equals 12. Well, x is equal to 4y plus 7, so inside my parentheses is going to be 4y plus 7. All right, now, again, we have some parentheses here, so we need to distribute. 2 times 4 is 8y. 2 times 7 is 14. Minus 6y is equal to 12. Something else I want you guys to notice is we only have y's now. We completely got rid of any x's. So that's how you know that you are performing these steps correctly, is now we are only dealing with one variable. All right, let's go ahead and finish solving this here. So we are going to, again, combine like terms. So 8 minus 6y is going to give me 2y plus 14 equals 12. Let's subtract 14 on both sides. And over here, this goes away. Over here, this gives me negative 2 is equal to 2y. And my last and final step is to divide both sides by 2. And I'm left with 2 divided by 2 goes away. Y equals negative 2 divided by 2 is negative 1. Alrighty. Now, let's take what y is equal to and plug it back into my solved equation. So x is equal to 4 parentheses plus 7. Again, we are going to replace this y with what it's equal to, which is -1. And then from there, let's solve this. So x is equal to 4 times -1 is -4, plus 7 is +3. And there we go. There is my x. There is my y. And let's go ahead and write it out. So 3, comma, -1. Okay. Let's keep going. Next one. Notice my x here is almost solved for. We have 5x is equal to all this. So again, let's get x by itself. So 5x equals -25 y plus 20. We're going to divide the left by 5, which means I divide the right by 5. And I get x is equal to 25 divided by 5 is 5. And 20 divided by 5 is 4. All right, from there, we are ready to take this x and replace it with this x over here. Okay, so here we go. We have 2x. Ooh, I'm going to replace that x, excuse me, guys, with parentheses, plus 15y equals -1. And again, we're replacing this x with what it's equal to, and that is -5y plus 4. All right, now we are ready to distribute and solve. 2 times 5, -5 is -10. 2 times 4 is 8, plus 15y equals -1. Okay, then from there, let's go ahead and combine some like terms. So -10 plus 15 is going to give me 5y plus 8 equals -1. From there, I'm going to subtract 8 from both sides. And from there, 5y and 8 go, or excuse me, positive 8 and -8 go away. Over here, -1 minus 8 gives me -9. And from there, 5y drops down. My last step is to divide this side by 5 and divide this side by 5. Ooh, I don't think we're going to get a nice answer here. 5 divided by 5 goes away. And I'm left with y equals -9/5. Oh, yeah. So here is my answer. Let's go ahead and plug this guy back into my problem here. So it's going to be x equals -5. Again, we are going to replace my y value with the y value that we got, which is -9/5. So -9/5. Let's see. These, when I multiply, something cool actually really happens here. This 5 and this 5 will cancel each other out. This negative and this negative will cancel each other out. And so I'm just left with 9 plus 4, which I believe is 13. Well, that's kind of a pretty answer. I wish it was a little nicer, but it happens. So my x value is equal to 13, and my y value is this fraction here. So let's write out my final answer of 13, comma, -9/5, which as a decimal, I think is like 1.8, something like that. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead. Number 7. Okay, so we have a word problem going on here. It looks like they're trying to, buy movie snacks. So Maria and her friend Jordan go to the movie theater and buy popcorn and drinks. Maria buys 2 buckets of popcorn and 1 drink for about $21. Jordan buys 1 bucket of popcorn and 2 drinks for $18. Use the system of equations to find the cost of 1 bucket of popcorn and 1 drink. Okay, let's write this out first. Let's use P to represent popcorn. And let's use D to represent drinks. Okay, so let's write out what this system is going to look like. So we have 2 buckets of popcorn plus 1 drink cost us $21. On the other hand, 1 bucket of popcorn, so this is what Jordan's buying, plus 2 drinks gives us a total of $18. Okay, notice we have a system set up here, and this is almost solved for D, and this is almost solved for P. And to make it look a little more familiar, I'm going to erase those 1s, but this is 1P and 1D. We're almost solved. I'm just going to take this, you know what, let's use the bottom equation. So let's solve this for P and see what we get. So again, to solve this for P, I'm going to subtract 2D on both sides of my equation here. So when I subtract 2D on the left, it goes away, and I'm left with P is equal to negative 2D plus 18. And now that we know what P is equal to, I can plug it back into my system. So let's do that. So 2 parentheses. Again, I'm replacing P in this equation. Plus D is equal to 21. And what goes inside my parentheses is what P is equal to, which is negative 2D plus 18. From there, let's distribute. 2 times negative 2 is negative 4D. 2 times positive 18 is 36. And my plus D just falls down, and my 21 just falls down. Alrighty, let's draw a line down my sign here, and let's solve. So, negative 4 and positive, this is a 1D right here, gives me negative 3D. Plus 36 just falls down. I'm going to subtract 36 on the left, which means I subtract 36 on the right. 36 and 36 goes away, and I'm left with negative 3D is equal to 21 minus 36, I believe is going to give us 15. I don't know if that's right. Hang on. 21 minus 36. Whoa, sorry guys. Let me get my calculator here. It's 15. Okay. Negative 15. Sorry about that. And then we're going to divide both sides by negative 3, and I get D is equal to negative divided by negative is positive. 15 divided by 3 is 5. So drinks are costing about $5 a piece, which is a pretty good deal if you ask me. And let's take my value for drinks and plug it into my original, or one of my equations. So let's find the price of popcorn. So popcorn is equal to negative 2 parentheses plus 18 And we are substituting the price of drinks, which is $5. And then let's solve this. So negative 2 times 5 is negative 10 plus 18. And popcorn is going to look to be $8. Alrighty. So the price of popcorn looks to be $8. And the price for a drink is $5. There we go. Alrighty, let's do one more problem, guys, and then we'll call it a day. So number 8, Samantha and Parker are trying to buy tickets to a concert. 5 VIP tickets and 10 regular tickets are about $600. Regular tickets are $30 less than VIP tickets. Let's find the cost of each ticket. Okay, so let's take a look. So we are looking for the price of VIP tickets. Let's use the variable V, and regular tickets. And let's use the variable R for that. So let's write out a system to represent this scenario. So 5 VIP tickets, so 5 VIP tickets and 10 regular tickets are $600. And then let's see, we also have another system here. So regular tickets cost $30 less than VIP tickets. So let's see what that's going to look like. So regular tickets costs $30 less. So a VIP ticket, and if you take away $30 from it, that's going to give me the cost of a regular ticket. Okay, from here, oh, this is kind of nice. R is already solved for, so I can plug in this equation for R. So let's do that. So it's going to be 5V plus 10 parentheses equals 600. And again, I'm substituting R with what it's equal to, which is V minus 30. Alrighty, from here, again, we are going to distribute and solve for V. So this 5V just drops down. 10 times V, 5V plus 10 times V is 10V. 10 times negative 30 is negative 300. And 600 just falls down. Alrighty, let's go ahead and combine like terms here. So 5V and 10V gives me 15V. I'm going to save us a step, and let's go ahead and get rid of this 300 right now by adding 300 to both sides. So 300 and 300 goes away, and what I'm left with is 15V is equal to 600 plus 300, which is 900. So I kind of combined steps there. I hope that didn't confuse you too much. But again, I combined these two and got rid of this second number all at once. From there, I'm left with 15 VIP tickets cost $900. So let's go ahead and figure out how much a single VIP costs. Divide both sides by 15, and I'm left with V is equal to 900 divided by 15. That one I do need my calculator for. And that's going to give me 60. So a VIP ticket costs $60. Let's see what a regular ticket is. So again, I can just come up here and plug this in. And you guys may be able to figure this out just by looking at it. We're going to replace the V with my value now, which is $60. Minus $30 is the cost of a regular ticket, which looks to be $30. And there we go. So the price of a VIP ticket is $60. So VIP cost us 60. And a regular ticket, I'm going to write REG for regular, is $30. Alrighty, guys. This last one here, if you want to try it, go right ahead. But that is going to be all the time that we have for now. Take care.